Okay, if you're looking at this today, we are the 6th of June or whatever. June 6th of June had passed. But the 6th of June was D-Day. D-Day was an important day on World War II, and that's when everybody got massacred on D-Day. It was a human sacrifice ritual, and you had the 6th day, and June is the 6th month. So what does that have to do with anything? That has to do with a lot of things. It has to do with this nonsense. If you look at this tree, it has two cubes, one on top and one on the bottom. And a cube has 6 sides. So 66 is very important to these people. This is how they communicate with each other and sort of like display themselves to themselves without the world knowing, but 66 is very important to them. So the 6th of June was a human sacrifice ritual, and again, this has to do with some nonsense with numbers, magic numbers, and has nothing to do with some will of God, because numbers as well as time is of a human construct. Let's say if there was an almighty, he wouldn't submit himself to our days of the week. He would choose his own timing, but I won't be able to explain that to the believers. But anyway, so this is part of the witchcraft. This is how it's done. So D-Day, 2 first letters, very important, added up to the 4th letter of the alphabet, 4th letter of the alphabet. That's your 44. That's your magic. And that's what that is. And it also was visible inside the swastika with the 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. And it's also composed of 1, 2, 3 lines, 1, 2, 3 lines, and that has to do with 33, which again is magic. So this is a double symbol. It's hidden, it's in front of everybody, but you have to understand what you're looking at. So yes, I go back to this guy, and it's kind of important because 66 here, supposedly he was hung on some hooks here on this 6th day, and he faded away, passed on after 6 hours. Supposedly 6 hours, there was darkness came over the land. So 66 here comes from the 66 there. So inside your nonsense here, you have a cube which has 6 sides, and you have your 6 triangles, 66. Then just to go back to our Second World War on the June 6th, which was a human sacrifice ritual, because it can be nothing else but that if you attacked a elevated fortified position and you're coming off a beach with no cover, it was a massacre. It was a turkey shoot. That's what it was. But hey, listen, I'm no general, but I wouldn't have never done it that way. And at the end of the war, we were talking about the 6 million. What does 6 have? 6 and 6 zeros. So again, 66 hid inside the zeros. Then we have, this guy here who got hung with the 6th letter of the alphabet, which is the hook. All right, it's called Vav, and so 666, so 666. If you go make a search on the nails that were used to crucify him, well, you will find that they look like the letter, the 6th letter of the alphabet, and they're actually hooks. That being said, okay, so going back to this nonsense, in you see the numbers now, 1933, there was an election, and guess who won? This guy, Hitler, he won, and believe it or not, he won with the popular vote of 33.1%. So, 33, you got your 33.1. One is represented by the circle, and that's your evil eye. So that's no accident. This is how they communicate with each other, through numbers. And while you're looking at the numbers here, you don't understand there's a significance, and this is how they communicate with each other. And this sort of boasting to each other that they can come up with nonsense, and us sheep, we can't figure it out. Remember this thing? Oh, yeah, so you had 6 and you had your 66. That's here. Then you had your mass, this thing, all right, during the pandemic. Panda, I didn't say a pandemic with a mic, a panda with a mic. Anyways, you had this nonsense going on, and in English gematria, you have this. And if you look at this nonsense, this occult nonsense on his, while he's sticking his arm, it's coagulate. Many people that had this done to them had their blood coagulating, like no bloody kidding. So there you go. It's all about the number 66, and they go out of their way. You have the flower of life. The first circle you don't count because it's supposed to be consciousness, whatever. And you have your 6 circles that makes the flower of life. And you have your 2 triangles inside. So 66 here too. So all this number magic and all these events that happen in our world are planned in advance by people that want the events to correspond to their numbers, so that they can say, oh, God works in mysterious ways. That's when I stab them, because if God works in mysterious ways, he comes out of the mystery schools. That's right. There's such a thing as mystery schools. And what do you think they teach at the mystery schools? This kind of nonsense. How to create this nonsense for the rest of us, so that we go through hell on earth and people get this done to them, and then there's human sacrifices, and then there's this nonsense being done in labs, and then you go through this, and then you get some of that going on, and it's all alphabet magic. There you go.